Hi, my name is Josh Payton, and I'm the president of the Veteran Golfers Association. I would like to take a moment to personally welcome you to our VGA family. As a VGA member, you will have access to over 300 local golf tournaments per year to compete against other veterans and their family members. Additionally, you will have the opportunity, like thousands of other VGA members nationwide, to qualify for our national championship each fall. This experience would not be possible without our sponsors and the tireless dedication of hundreds of volunteer state and regional VGA directors on your behalf. So please thank them for their hard work when you get the chance to do so. Although the VGA is a competitive golf league, the spirit of this organization is more about camaraderie than it is the competition. I would like to wish you the best of luck on your quest to become a VGA champion, but more importantly, I encourage you to meet new battle buddies along the way. While you're out on the golf course with other VGA members, take an opportunity to shake their hands and thank them for their service, like I'm taking this opportunity to thank you for yours. Again, welcome to our VGA golfing family. It truly is more than just a game.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2025 Veteran Golfers Association National Championship, coming to you live from historic Olympia Fields Country Club just outside Chicago, Illinois. My name is Kevin Fry. I'm the North Regional Director, and I'm here today to help kick off one of the most inspiring weeks in amateur golf, a championship that brings together veterans, service members, and their families from across the country through the game of golf. Over the past year, thousands of these veterans across local and regional tournaments have played for a shot at this stage, and now the nation's best are here to battle for the title of VGA National Championship. The 2025 National Championship is proudly presented by many of our partners, including our presenting sponsor, Navy Mutual, Black Rifle Coffee, Easy Go, Raymond Weil, Strixon, Dunning Golf, Greg Norman Apparel, and Bettinardi Golf. Without these sponsors making this event possible, we would not be here with you today. And what a stage we have. Olympia Fields has hosted some of the greatest moments in golf history, including the 2005 U.S. Open. Joe, is that right?
That's correct.
Yep. 2023 PGA BMW Championship, which was run by Victor Hovland, and I believe it was the 2020 BMW Championship won by John Rahm.
John Rahm.
Yep. This is a championship course, folks. Very tight fairways, fast greens, and so our players are in for quite a test. And helping me kind of comment today is my friend Joe Cayley. Joe, good to have you on live stream again.
Hey, Kevin. Here we are once again, another championship, and thank you to our good friends here at CGN College Golf Network that are able here come with us and provide the live streaming for those family members at home to follow along with their loved ones. And it's great weather this morning. Currently it's about 68 degrees. We have a northeast wind blowing around 8 miles an hour. You'll see here some of the shots, some of the pin flags kind of waving in the breeze. And Kevin, I noticed that this morning, talking about the course setting of it being a championship setup, it looks long.
It is. A lot of these players are in for a really tough test of golf, Joe. I mean, I think for me personally, having been able to see the course over the last couple of days, I've not only getting the course set up but playing in the practice round yesterday, between a little slightly chillier weather coming into fall conditions, a little bit softer fairways, just natural the way it is here. They're kept very, very in really great shape. It's playing long and it's playing narrow, right? Which is going to force the players to be accurate off the tee, first and foremost, because the rough is quite penal. And so, we're getting a great look at the course here overall. And our players had a really good opportunity yesterday, Joe, to get out in the practice round with similar conditions and kind of learn as much as they could. They will playing only the North course this year, which is really nice, the championship course. And so we're expecting, tight race all around, whether it's a veteran A flight or championship flight, all the way through our net flights, veteran D flight, wounded veteran C and D, and things like that.
So, That's right.
Yep. Yeah, and let's get into where we stand as our family members tune in here in the men's veteran A flight. I mean, as you can see, just a really tight leaderboard here
Wow.
with players through about halfway through their round. Joe,
Yeah.
A couple of past championships on the leaderboard there with Coulter Kotzman, Anthony Billich, and Craig Thomas. Craig Thomas being our 2024 champion,
Yeah.
which is really cool to see. You and I were out there following them earlier, and it was a little bit of a shaky start, but it seems like they've kind of eased the nerves and settled into the round.
That's right.
Moving on to veteran B flight, another really tight leaderboard here with Tim Pope leading the way for the men's veteran B flight. Joe, did you get to watch any of these guys out there yet?
I did.
Okay.
I did watch them. I watched them go off on the first tee. Something I've noticed here in the last several years, Kevin, is like some of our B flight competitors. I mean, they're hitting the ball just as well as some of the A flight guys.
Yeah. That's true.
And you can see from the scores from the top, this leaderboard here, they're not too far behind.
Not too far behind. Now, I will say they are a little bit further up.
That's true.
The championship flight today is playing the course at just over 6,800 yards. Our B, C, and D flights are going to be playing around 6,300 yards, so about a 500-yard gap there, but still equally as challenging, honestly, especially when you get up closer to the greens. Moving on to C flight, another tight leaderboard here, and I'll say this, Joe, and you've been witness to this not only at this event but other VGA events. Players who are maybe 4 or 5 shots back on day one, they are not out of this event by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
Especially with the conditions of this course and how difficult it is.
That's right.
Yeah. So,
and I think, especially this year, they're playing the same course twice, right? So they're playing the North course.
Yep.
Players will make notes and make adjustments for tomorrow, and hopefully that'll help them, especially tonight when they kind of go over their play of the day and strategize for what they're going to do tomorrow. So.
Yep. And finally, we'll look at veteran D flight. This is a net flight. And so here looks to be a little bit more spacing, but again, because you're talking about a higher handicapped flight with a lot of variation, this is a very tight leaderboard.
That's right.
And again, this could change very, very quickly. And so we're really looking forward to talking through how this round's going to go. For today, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on hole 18 on the North course. This is a par 4. It's playing for the men today. Let me take a look at the yardages. The championship tees will be playing 434 yards. The regular tees and the men's forward tees will be playing roughly 396 yards. You can kind of see how the hole turns a bit left back towards the clubhouse. And the ladies' tees will be 367 yards. And so, Joe, we were out there yesterday, and for some of the big hitters, they can get it down close to that water if they take it over the left bunker there and have a wedge in. But if you would talk about a tricky green, you can see it on your screen right now. That green's got a ton of undulation. It's sloped back to front. And so players are going to have to be very, very careful about how they play their approach shots.
That's right. So one of the questions last night during our Q&A with the director of golf out here, one of the players asked, what are the green speeds? And I loved his answer that we don't stimp the greens, but they're rolling at championship
speed. That's right.
Yeah.
That's great. And listen, Joe, I was out there earlier this morning after the grounds crew, which, we should take a second just to shout out both the Olympia Fields team who hosted us yesterday and also the maintenance and staff. They were out there early this morning, and they were cutting and rolling them just like for any PGA Tour event.
That's right.
And so these players are in for a heck of a challenge as they especially get up to these greens. And so we'll pick up live action here in a second. I believe we're going to have some of our veteran D flight members on the tee. We've got a couple folks on the green right now kind of putting out. This is going to give you guys a really good look at how this green is sloped, especially with a couple of our players on the left-hand side of their green putting towards the hole, which, again, just for our viewers, this looks pretty flat, but everything's sloping down back towards the fairway and the water there. So these players are going to have to be pretty careful. Joe, I do have to tell you, we did just get a report from the course that we do have an ace. We have an ace on the card. So hole 6, par 3, Thomas Nitty, combat wounded A flight with a 9-iron from 163 yards. That's a heck of a shot.
Congratulations, Thomas.
Yeah,
I guess, gosh, I hope he packed a
medal.
ace medal.
That's
right.
All right. So I think we're going to get a really good view of a chip shot here, too. And this is a delicate chip, Joe. Delicate shot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and also a bunker for you too. Yeah, so we're gonna get the whole, the full Monty here right to start off here.
That's right. This hole is protected towards the front with 4 bunkers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and listen, that for a lot of our players, that is exactly what they need to do. They need to get the ball onto the green and give themselves a putt. If you try to get too cute with things, this course will punish you pretty heavily. See this chip here, he's going to want to land this not much further than just in front of him, maybe
right on
5-6 feet in front of him. Yeah. Yep. And that's and Joe, that kind of speaks to the rough, especially right. I'll tell you, especially on 18. The rough around the course is very penal, but that backside of 18, the way it slopes, the way the grass grows, it can grab the club, as we kind of saw there.
Mm-hmm.
It can also open the club face up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday when I was playing with my group in the practice round, we had a couple of situations where it caused some shanks because it opened the club face so much. So players are going to have to be very, very, very careful here.
Okay.
That's a good putt up the hill here.
Yep. And you can see the dark and the light colored green from the grass there from the plateau we had to come over.
Putt.
Oh, good roll.
Yep.
Didn't leave it short, so that's good.
That's good. Yeah. Might be a little bit of a slippery downhill putt here, but yeah, that's a good call, Joe. That where he's walking right there, that is a steep ridge. It doesn't look that way, but those colors, like you mentioned, is a real good indicator of where there is slope on the green. Have another player's lining up a putt here. Should break from there left to right. Coming back down the hill. Let's see. There it goes. Oh, it's got to hold on.
Okay.
Pretty good putt. Pretty good line. Joe, as we watch these players putt, I think it'd be nice to hear from you a little bit about how this venue was selected for the 10th anniversary of the VGA Championship. The VGA's had such an amazing opportunity to go to a lot of great places. Yes. Greenbrier, Olympic Club. I mean, last year at Grandover was fabulous. So how did this one come about? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So this process has been several years in the making. We were very fortunate that our current chairman of the board, Mr. Bob Peel, him and his wife Kathy, were residents up here in Chicago. Bob was once a president at Butler National, of course, not too far from here, but also a board member here at Olympia Fields. He presented the idea to several other board members and obviously the director of golf, the president of the club here. And much like in any other large organization, they had to go back and obviously present it to their board, who were all 100% on board with it, and and obviously announce it to the members. And I will say,
we're talking 800 members.
Yes,
right, Joe? This is a very large.
At one
club.
point, this was the largest golf club in the United States.
No kidding.
Everyone was all on board, and obviously, to be able to hold off for our 10th anniversary, it's kind of what they wanted. and yeah, being able to come up here now, they've had some coursework done, in between their time of having the BMW championship here, which the BMW will be returning here.
Oh, great.
For several iterations.
Okay.
Um, but so obviously when the course settles in after any type of upgrades or whatnot, they just felt like this is now the perfect time, and these players are getting to see it. That's amazing. So this green here, folks. I mean, believe it or not, you can go to YouTube. You can see, you can watch a video of John Rahm making his winning putt. On this green here, and it was about just under 75 feet. And it was not a straight putt. It was a huge sweeper.
Yeah.
In fact, when we came to visit this place late April, early May, they showed us the pin location, and Josh and we just had to ask, gosh, is that even legal?
It's like a superintendent's revenge pin.
Exactly. And I got a feeling the players probably get an opportunity to do something like that tomorrow.
Yeah. I think
that's up to you. Regional directors. You guys are deciding where that goes. So.
Yeah. That. It's interesting that you mentioned that, because when we were out there, we were talking about pin placements, and honestly, a lot of the pin placements, even for just the members play, are pretty challenging, right? Because you have subtle undulations that the players have to deal with, and of course, a lot of these approach shots don't make it easy to get to these pins. Like just hitting the center of the green is a good shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Joe?
Yep.
So, obviously we want to challenge the players, but the course is offering enough. And you can see right here, that's a 10-foot putt up the hill.
Yeah, but it's that's a lot of nerve right there, right? So that tells me that player, was hitting some fast greens today, he didn't want to blow it by.
Yeah.
So,
and look, we're going to get a really challenging, this is going to be a challenging putt. This is downhill, and keeping this, close to the hole is a good putt. Obviously the player wants to make it, but like I said, with some of our C&D fighters, these can be very challenging putts. Looks away. Oh, that's got to feel good.
Oh, yeah. Way to finish it off.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, last night, announcement was also made about rangefinder features. They were able to use slope.
We changed that.
Yeah.
So
I think there was a lot of happy faces.
Yeah, we got some. I think we had some applause for that. Joe, as you know, obviously as an organization, one of the things we try to do is get better each year and take in member feedback and make small but impactful changes, right?
That's right.
And this was one of the ones where the reality is that enforcing it from not happening is nearly impossible for us. We don't have people out at every hole checking. That's how hard. and look, these players got to take their time on these, right? I mean, this is a really good example where you can get a little bit flustered, and
that's right.
A 4 becomes a 6 or a 7.
That's right.
And so anyway, for a lot of these players, they give us feedback throughout the year about things that they see as needing to be improved, and this was an easy change, right?
Yep.
Everybody's mostly using rangefinders anyway.
Yes.
And adding the slope, and this is a great course for it. I mean, we're on hole 18 here, which is relatively flat. If you go back 2 holes to a par 3 16th, it is severely downhill, right? And so having that little extra bit of knowledge just helps these players maybe play just a little bit better, which is good.
That's right. So it's interesting. Our friends here at CGN, they'll pop up the Straka line graphics, for greens, and it's you can see it's a rainbow of colors.
It is, yeah. So I think that's Jerry Kilmartin. He's the Player of the Year selectee out of New York, Air Force, representing the Air Force. That's a great shot for Jerry.
It is. Jerry, I've noticed. So I had surgery back in May, my Achilles tendon.
Yep.
So my golf was really watching our VGA members play, Jerry's pretty active, real active on social
unbelievable.
media,
I think
so
2 years in a row he's eclipsed 1,000 points
yeah,
playing in VGA events.
yeah. But, very good in promoting, obviously the organization, his play, and yeah, so it's kind of great to follow along with some of these names, especially when you see them out here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
a great individual, for player of the year. So.
And I think it's important to highlight, at the intro, we said most of the players in this field qualified through tournament play. And just as a reminder for everybody, players have the ability to play regular season events basically throughout the entire golfing year, all over the country and technically all over the world. They play these events to build points for the Armed Forces Cup, which is a separate event that was hosted earlier this year in May at beautiful Champions Retreat Golf Club. But then B, to get ready for our playoff season, which typically starts mid to early June, and concludes with this event, right? So state championships followed by regional championships, which then feed this event, the national championship. Most of the players made it that way. There are 8 players who were selected to come here and invited because of other reasons. And they are the State Director of the Year nominations for the country, 1 from each region, and the Player of the Year nominations, 1 from each region as well. And so those folks that were selected kind of embodied the VGA's core values, right?
That's right.
They've been out there, with a positive attitude, playing a ton of golf, probably, or helping run our events, being a volunteer leader.
That's correct.
And really doing their best to kind of grow their local state chapters, which is awesome.
And I think that's a great way of being able to reward those type of individuals. Have them included here in this championship field, and and they get the experiences, alongside their other VGA members. So.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing is a lot of those guys and gals have been competing right alongside all of these members all year anyway.
That's right.
So it's an extension of what they were doing at the start of the season. All right, let's see how these folks fare. Again, we're kind of seeing just how challenging this green can be. Just for a little bit more context here, Joe, certainly today's pin location being in the back, some might say would be just a little bit more friendly because it does force the players, and you can kind of see there on the heat map of the green, there's a little bit of flatness at the top of the green there. It does force the players who probably more often than not end up a bit short to go a bit long, which gets them closer to the pin, which ideally makes it easier for them to get up and down.
Right.
But at the same time, around the sides, you've got a pretty severe hill, and so if you are inaccurate, it can penalize you just a bit. That's a great putt from Jerry there to get that up from where he's standing. That was probably a 30 or 40 foot putt up the hill there, so he's probably pretty happy with that.
So I heard one of the senior caddies talk about the greens and the strategies out here, and him telling his player this morning when they were warming up was, take the green and put it into 4 quadrants, wherever the pin flag is. Obviously, you want to be in the right quadrant all the time.
That's right.
Yep. That puts it like pretty much on the same elevation.
Yeah, that's right.
And you see here, obviously, where Jerry putted from earlier.
This is Randy Edwards finishing up here.
Good job, Randy.
Yeah.
Where Jerry was having to putt from. I mean, he was well below the hole, having to come uphill, and then try to get his ball to stop on a shelf.
That's
so
tough. Yeah,
it's tough. So.
Yep. Watch Howard Thurman here. Howard's he's been to a lot of these events. He loves some golf. We see him at AFC pretty consistently.
That's
and
right.
it's cool to see him here. Now, the difference being the Armed Forces Cup is an event set up to kind of reward those who get out, play a lot, participate a lot. Obviously, there's a lot of competition involved from a match play perspective at their qualifier and then that championship. Here, it's stroke play all the way. You're on your own, right? You got to golf your ball. And do your best to get in. As we see, this putt just narrowly missed the top edge there. That's a great putt, So this player will mark as Howard comes up from the bottom of the green here.
Yeah. Howard's has a great attitude.
He does.
Travels quite a bit. I think he lives up in the Panhandle of Florida.
Okay.
Originally from Mississippi, and he's very unique. He has a ball picker upper on his on the bottom of from his putter. Yeah, I kind of pointed that out a few years at the AFC, and he's never let me forget that. And yeah. I asked him, we might need to go weigh that to see if it's in,
meets golfing spec.
Exactly. I think it adds just a few more extra grams, for his swing there with the putter, and you see where he was long.
Oh, that's such a tough putt for Jerry. That's all right.
And I'll probably hear that from Howard this evening when I see him.
So that if we kind of work backwards for Jerry there, that was probably a bogey because he lives 3-putt for Jerry. That's not a bad score, Joe, especially for our higher handicaps who are playing in our net flights, right, where course handicap and strokes become an important part. I mean, here we go. There's a ball picker.
There's a ball picker up. Yeah.
Howard's got no time for bend it down, Joe. Net pars, net bogeys keep you in this championship, right?
That's right.
And so more so than even our A flight players, a lot of our C and D flight players really need to pay attention to some of the core strategy stuff that hopefully they picked up from the practice round yesterday, Joe. It's a great view.
That's a great view.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Just look at how much that slopes.
Oh no!
That is a big mistake.
Yeah, that's getting too lax.
Too lax. Yep. So for the folks at home, right? Every stroke counts here. You can't pick your ball up. And this player decided to use the back of his putter and just pushed it past. Yeah, that was probably a couple-inch putt that he missed there.
Ouch.
Yep.
Macy's able to walk off with a little bit of a smile.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we've all been there, Joe, right?
Oh, yeah. It's like, just tap it in.
Yep. And that's what we love and hate about this game is,
right.
It forces you to kind of keep your mind engaged at all times because if it doesn't, it'll come back and bite you.
I mean, it happens to the pros, too.
It does.
So.
Yeah, it does.
Great view down the fairway. And, like you said, it's long.
It is. And look, this is actually a really good view because you can see here off the tee box how the fairway kind of comes around to the left and really kind of pinches in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, the course architect didn't do us hackers really any favors here because not only does the fairway pinch in, but there are some bunkers out there which are really designed to force players to test their accuracy. Looks like these players have found the rough and now they're trying to find their golf ball.
These guys trying to take off, take that corner on a little bit too much. So
there's a great view here. So, you can kind of see how with that cut in there, bunkers left and right, I would say, depending on how I'm hitting the ball, I would even favor laying up short of those bunkers to keep myself out of those so I could kind of hit a layup shot left of the water because that's probably the most scary part of this hole, honestly. And as soon as you get into those trees on the right, now you have to go over water, over to bunkers. Like it just gets exponentially more difficult for amateurs as that happens. Yeah.
Player there still looking for his ball and
it's a tough feeling. Tough feeling when you see your ball enter the fairway rough or next to the fairway and you're like, oh yeah, I'll find that, and then you walk up and it's gone.
Where is it?
Now this year, Joe, coming back to what you said about the change with the slope, another change this year that we're piloting is introducing caddies to our veteran A-flight and ladies A-flight competitors. They can elect to do that, which I believe most have done. We've had some caddies here at Olympia Fields come in, and we've also had some family members caddies, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, wives carrying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really, really neat to see.
Yeah.
So we're testing that out to see how that goes. I mean, if you talk about an experience perspective, Joe, the goal really is to emulate the PGA Tour, right? And to make it feel as important and as competitive as we can. And so so far it seems to be going pretty well. Don't know what you saw out there.
No, I mean, you know what? Um, yeah, the A flight group, obviously they play at a really, really good level that, they're not holding up play,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I think they appreciate having that, that walk,
Yep.
to think about their next shot, being able to converse with their caddies.
Look at that ball roll, Joe.
Yeah, gosh, you know, and as they're trying to line up putts. You can kind of hear the talk back and forth, and it's neat. One of these days, we got to figure out how to mic one of them up.
All right.
You know.
Oh, especially the husband and wife couple. I'd love to hear that conversation.
Oh yeah, exactly.
We can see here on the main screen for us. Looks like the players are kind of making their way to the right side of this hole, and I almost forgot there's also a tree right there. So depending on where you enter the water,
tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really tough. See how these players fare. Oh, that's a good view. The approach shot come up here. You think that's gonna hit the green? Oh yeah.
Almost hit the camera.
Oh, look at this, watch this ball come back.
Go back.
Oh, this could be really good. Yeah, great shot there.
He'll be happy with that one.
Yeah, very happy.
Real happy. Not bad at all.
Just as we watch here, kind of give some additional score updates. So right now in Vet A, two of our past champions in Coulter Kotzman and Anthony Billich are leading the way at +1 through 13 holes.
Wow.
Not far behind them, David Trojanowski and Chance Carrick at +2 and +3 respectively. Craig Thomas, former champion, +3 as well. And so that leaderboard remains pretty tight. Moving down to our female veteran A flight, another two past champions, Linda Jeffrey and Anna Walker are leading the way. Linda's at +3 through 13, and Anna's at +5 through 13, and so that's a pretty good one. Nice to see Laurel Gill back in the competition after a few-year break to get her family going.
Yeah.
And so some good competition on the ladies' side. As we move over to the veteran B flight, three-way tie for first between Tim Pope, Patrick Gold, and PJ McGrath, the fourth. They're through 12 right now, so that's going well. We've got a few folks behind them, Chung Yi and Nash Armstrong at +6 and +7 respectively. On the C flight side, Raymond Calabrese +9, followed by Kevin Zervakos. Hopefully I pronounced that right, at +11. Female veteran B flight, Mary Riddles leading the way at +10 through 13, with Angela Borges at +12 on her heels. Female veteran C, Lori Foringer at +20, followed by Janet Bojanowski +22. Family A, Tanner Tongate is at +4. That's a good round.
That is
going right now. With Casey Tooley, one of our past champion, I believe, right?
That's right.
Yeah. +6. Family B flight, Jack Sheehan, one of our senior qualifiers who came from the senior national championship this year, +5, followed by David Beach at +8. Moving on to our net division, leading the way in family D flight is Andrew Malias at -5, with Howard, who we just saw right on his heels at -4. Wounded veteran A flight, Jake Owen is leading the way at -1, with Thomas Nitty a couple strokes behind him. Just a reminder, Thomas Nitty had that ace on 6. Really cool to hear about that.
That helps the scorecard.
Yes, it does. Wounded veteran B flight, Chase Cooper at -3. He's having a good day. Chase is having a very good day.
Yeah,
this is a net flight, but that's a good score for Vet B. With Jesse Stewart +2 behind him. Wounded veteran C flight, Rick Beverly is having a great day. -5 through 12, 5 clear of Matthew Linville and Dustin Mansur. Again, a lot can happen, but he's got a good lead going. Wounded vet D flight, CJ Stevens -4 through 12 with Andrew Bargeron at +3. And then for female veteran D flight, Courtney DeGroot at -1, followed by Sunshine Polk at +7. Rounding us out, we have Family Sea Flight, Joseph Lilliburn +2, and Cameron Woodbury at +5 through 12. Last but not least, our female family flight, Allison Klein, +3 through 14, with Tiffany Eggers right on our heels, +5 through 14. So a lot of good golf going on out there. Like I said, today we're going to watch our folks play through as many as we can get through in the next couple hours on hole 18. Tomorrow, Joe, our focus is going to be on the championship flights to see how they shake out. Not 100% sure where we'll pick up, but we're hoping to get some more of the course, maybe starting on hole 16, the par 3 down the hill, and work our way back into 18 here to watch players finish up here. And then, if needed, we'll have a playoff on this hole until it completes. So,
that's right.
Yep. It looks like we will get some ladies here in a minute as well, which will be nice. Joe, how are things with you and things in Augusta? I know you just had a new home built.
Yeah, that's right. So it was late July. Family and I, we moved into a specially adaptive home that was built from one of our program sponsors, believe it or not, Homes for Troops. There's a full page ad that they also bought for our manual our 10th anniversary manual this year. And I tell you what, it's a very big blessing. I wish I could have held off my surgery to be able to recover in a home like that. It's going great. Puts me just a little bit north of Champions Retreat, which is the course location in which we host our Armed Forces Cup at. And I'll talk a little bit about Champions Retreat here. So throughout the summer, they've done some course improvements.
They were hit heavily
from
last
Hurricane
year.
Helene.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. So in the midst of that, they've had a lot of trees that we noticed, even during play this past May, missing. But they've gone and had to take obviously stumps out, and as stumps deteriorate, you have sinkholes. So they're repairing so many of those. Plus some other capital improvements there amongst the facilities. So obviously next year, the players that come to the AFC, they'll see a little bit of a difference, but great.
Just barely.
Man, just leaving that one short.
Yeah.
That's tough. At least he tapped that in with a purpose. Unlike the last group, right?
Right.
So.
Well, Joe, the reason I was asking about that, obviously, great to hear you kind of get settled into a house that can accommodate you, but I think one of the things that highlights is just how over the last 10 years between your work and Josh Payton's work, you guys as co-founders, the relationships that you've really built to bring positive things to your, obviously your lives, to our veterans' lives. It's simply incredible. I mean,
it is.
For folks at home, for a lot of our champions, one of the big carrots at the end of the stick here, should they go on to win their flight, is next year heading down to Augusta to be at the Masters for Tuesdays of the Troops. And Joe, you've been there, you've been involved in that a lot.
That's right.
Talk a little bit about that experience.
Yeah, so obviously this kind of dates back to when we, Josh and I started the VGA, and we obviously, Josh and I were big sports fans, right? So whenever you watch the Super Bowl, you see it, the winning quarterback as they're going off the field, I'm going to Disney World, right? And we wanted to have that type of experience for our flight champions. Say, lo and behold, we say, hey, how about we get them to the Masters, right? The premier golfing event, of the year, and to this date, we've been able to host over 200 VGA members to a practice round, for our Tuesday of the Troops program at Augusta National. And how great is that, right? These folks get to come and, go to a practice round. Here in the last several years, obviously, we've been using Champions Retreat as an opportunity for them to play golf.
Yeah,
you know,
run a fun tournament while they're there.
yeah, while they're in town, you know, and you know, kind of experience, you know, golf in Augusta during you know, the first week of April, you know, and obviously there's a you know, the city does a very nice concert, you know, to Rockford Doe concert, and you know, our champions get to participate in that as well, you know.
And Joe, just with Champions Retreat, on that note, for those who aren't aware, obviously Augusta National is the big name, but Champions Retreat is a very important course in April because they host some of the ladies
That's
for the
right.
Augusta Women's National Amateur, right? So
They
our
do.
players not only get to come down and see the practice around the
Yep.
Masters, which
Yep.
is incredible, they get to see a championship level course in championship level conditions.
That's right.
During Masters Week, which
That's
is
right.
incredible.
So yeah, so the ANWA, or the Augusta Women National Amateur, is held you know, pretty much a few days before the Masters starts off, and it's great to see them. A lot of our players, you know, they'll watch the ANWA broadcast, you know, in preparation for the AFC. So
That's great.
Yep.
That's all. That's so cool, Joe. So cool.
Um,
All right, so ladies, we got some of our ladies coming up on the
Yeah.
18th hole here.
yeah.
Celebrating something. Maybe they found a golf ball, which at least this was in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, that, or you know, thank goodness it's not in a divot. You know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, listen, Joe, I'll tell you that if there's one thing I did not see on this course, it's very many divots.
Yeah.
This course is extremely well maintained.
Yeah.
So players should have really good lies. So they are playing it down today. So
Yeah.
regardless of where it lies, they're going to have to hit it as it lies.
Yeah.
One interesting note last night, players did have to be reminded that as part of the rules of golf, they can check it. Right, they can put a mark on it, pick it up, and check it.
Yep.
And that's, you know, listen, Joe, that's one of the things that we have to balance here, right?
Yeah.
You know, and you've seen it year over year, which is you have a lot of people who want to play competitively, but the rules of golf are so expansive that sometimes they have to be reminded of just all the rules, right?
That's
and so
right.
as you referenced, we host a pairings party dinner the day before the event kicks off, and we have an opportunity to not only talk to the course staff, who again have been just absolutely lovely for this event, but also a couple of our VGA members who double as rules officials.
That's right.
With Josh Burkbauer and Andy Shumper. Nice follow-up shot there over to the left side of the green. And what do you think? Is that bunker shot? Looks like a bunker shot. Yep, definitely. Ooh, that is a challenging bunker shot.
Ooh.
She got it out. Uh-oh.
Big smile on her face, though. That's a smile of relief.
That's what we
I got it out of there. Yeah.
Also nice to see, you know, players out on the course, taking care of the course, right, Joe? Like,
That's right.
A lot of it comes down to some of the rules and etiquette of golf, and we've seen a lot of players just so thrilled to be here that they'll do anything to make sure that
That's right.
they take care of not only their fellow players, but also the course itself.
Yep. Fixing pitch marks and divots. So.
Long putt here.
Ooh.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Boy. That putt.
Well, I mean, listen, that really highlights what we were saying earlier,
Yeah.
right? You have an uphill putt of 30 to 40 feet, right? Even the slightest mistake, can leave you a long, tough putt.
Sometimes that's a question of nerves right there. Uh-oh.
All right, this is probably one of the hardest shots on the course.
That's right.
Yeah, so she may even need to land this. I mean, that's what I was gonna say. That she needed to land this
short.
Short and in the rough and have it bounce.
That's right.
You know, if she can get a putter on that, that's probably her best play at this point. Because it's such a scary shot going down that hill. I mean, like, you just can't see it, but I mean, we may be able to see how she stands. She is going to be on a severe slope.
Let's see what club she decides to use, wedge or just putt it.
Got to be a putter. Yeah. Good call. Good call. Yeah, look at her front foot. Look how low that is.
Yeah. So,
All right, hang on.
hit the brakes. Hit the brakes. Oh, okay.
Okay, yep.
So something we haven't really discussed yet, Kevin, is like, part of this is being filmed today with folks from Fox Sports.
That's right. Yeah. So those are the folks at home who are familiar with the Armed Forces Cup that we've already mentioned. Fox Sports kind of started filming that event a few years ago. We had a lot of success with that, and so in conversations with them, I understand that they said, "Hey, if you have another program, we'd love to cover that." And the next logical option was the national championship, and so over the next couple of days, they'll be out filming the competition for a post-produced event on Veterans Day. I believe that's right, Joe.
That's correct.
That'll air on Fox Sports and FS1. And that's going to be really cool because it's the first time we've highlighted our stroke play. And I think especially for day 2, kind of capturing just how nervy and how intense things can get coming down the stretch. It could make for some really good viewing.
That's right. That's right. Big thank you to Coach Urban Meyer, who, is a member of our advisory board, and bringing this up to Fox Sports, saying, hey, check out this veteran organization that he's since fallen in love with immensely, and is a huge supporter, and running up the chain to Mr. Mark Silverman, president of Fox Sports, and Mark believing in the mission. We've Josh and I have had the honor of being able to meet with him and speak to him on several occasions in person, and one of the highlight the VGA, especially now the 10th year anniversary championship here at Olympia Fields. So it'll great. It'll be
It's up there.
Yeah, it'll be great to see. Yeah,
it always makes me nervous for and step and do that.
Yeah, it'll great to see what their finished products will look like. Veterans Day weekend. And I think it'll be a treat for many of the players. To kind of get a chance to go back and see and kind of relive. Their 2 days here on that broadcast. So
yeah, for sure.
All right. Couple shots finding the fairway. That's great.
Seeing some replay of some good tee shots here.
Yeah.
Looks like we'll get a live view. This is a great view of how the screen looks coming in. And listen, it's like, again, you really can't tell how sloped things are.
Yep.
That ball was probably at least 6 inches above her feet. And so it's just a very challenging shot.
Yep.
And I'll tell you another thing too, Joe. For a lot of our players, because of the length of the course, they're hitting longer irons. In that case, it looked like a fairway battle of some type.
That's right.
They're going to have to run it up onto the hole, right?
Yeah.
And so that can be challenging as well. Now, if you strike it good, it should work out because of the way that the hole sits. But at the same time, it can go a little bit long as well because those clubs are so hot. This will be a good view here.
Oh, that's yeah. This is one of those shots where you're kind of licking your chops, right?
Yeah.
It's right in front of you.
Yep.
Hit the number. Ooh, looks like a good swing.
Right.
Yeah, holding that pose. Okay. E.
All right.
All right, filling in that divot, 1.25 cups of sand right there.
Yeah.
So
now listen, Joe, the competition is obviously our premier competition, right?
That's right.
But one of the themes over the last few days has been reminding the players that this is also an opportunity to meet fellow veterans and family members.
That's right.
Make some new friendships. I know for the staff here, a lot of us look forward to these events because we get to see a lot of familiar faces and, rekindle friendships that are separated by a lot of distance. And so, when we're at our pairings party, when we're at the practice round, we try to maintain that theme of like, hey, use this as an opportunity to meet some friends.
That's right.
And I'm being told the group that we're filming right now, they are definitely friendly. They have been very, very much having a great time. They are the fun group, as they have dubbed themselves,
Okay.
which is great to hear.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's kind of relaxing
definitely.
then and help them play better.
Yeah.
But that's exactly the type of atmosphere that we want.
Exactly.
Right, Joe?
Exactly. So something I was telling a lot the folks yesterday as they were, trying to soak it all in from the opening ceremonies, and they're sitting in their carts, getting ready to roll off to their, their practice round, was to take it in, stop and, look around, so many of us, when we play, we kind of get tunnel vision, right? You're only looking, down at the green or the pin. You don't stop to look to your left and right, and just kind of see, like, man, where you are. What a beautiful course,
Yep.
and
maybe just reflect on all the work that came into this. I mean, a lot of these players have spent probably at least a year, playing, trying to figure out how to get here.
Round after round. Traveling
and obviously they want to perform well. But just being here and kind of like you said, just taking the entirety of the experience is a big part of this.
That's right. So varying shots here around this green.
Oh, that's a great shot. I couldn't see the ball until just now, but that ball was at the bottom of the green there. She got that up to about 4 feet, 3 feet. I would be extremely happy with that. Okay. Wait.
Yeah.
Putting is what you need to be doing here.
So last night, Kevin, a very interesting stat, was put out that 80% of the field, this is their
brand new
to the championship. That's wonderful.
It is.
It's great to see so many folks that probably heard or read or saw something about the VGA and the championship. Commit themselves. Say, and I want to get a chance to do that. And here they are. Kudos to them. So
sign of some pretty significant growth. There's another point there made last night at our pairings party, which just quickly, Joe, I want to give a thanks to Wing Creek Resort, hotel and casino for hosting us. That's about 15 minutes from here. They have been awesome. Their staff has been great, helping us out. But having that pairings party there last night, we had a couple speakers reference the fact that the first national championship 10 years ago had 200 players or 200. I thought it was 200 members, right? Like 200 total members, 80 players,
82.
Right?
Right.
82. Thank you.
Yep.
And now we're sitting at 38,000 members served.
And a field of 106 here.
Biggest ever. And you come back to what you were saying about some of the changes that we've made, referencing like the slope change and things like that. Another change we made this year was getting more of our senior national championship competitors to this event.
That's right.
Which has been really nice to see.
Yep. For those that don't know, our players who choose to compete in the senior division, they have a completely separate championship. This year was held down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and a number of those have earned a playing spot here in this championship. Look at this. They're all deciding who goes next.
No, I'll tell you, I think, I think that's maybe actually one of my favorite events, Joe, is the senior qualifier and the senior national championship. Mm-hmm. It's an event that came from feedback. Great putt there.
Oh, look at a little fist pump.
Yep.
Great.
Came from feedback from our senior members looking for, a bit more opportunity to have some competition at what they felt was their level, and so the senior divisions were spun up, and now have become, I think, one of our more popular divisions, right? Which is great to see. And so, between that, having Craig Thomas represent as a national champion last year. It's been great, just great having that workout. Nice putt there from all the ladies.
Yeah, these three ladies, they've got their go-to distance. right. Inside the leather is like their go-to distance.
Yeah.
It's great to see them all three hit them putts. So, you just mentioned Craig Thomas, our last year's champion. I had a chance to see his tee shot off this morning. His wife is caddying for him, and just unbelievable. You think about this gentleman. He's held the course record at Bethpage Black, where the Ryder Cup was just held, and and lo and behold, a star named Brooks Koepka ended up breaking their course record, several years ago. But wow, Craig Thomas, VGA champion, held it. So how neat is that?
Yeah, it is. I'll say along those lines, Joe. I've had a chance to talk to him a bit as well, and for those of you who don't know, he's a PGA professional operating out of Metropolis Country Club in New York. And I was asking, I was like, hey man, like you've played in a lot of competitive events in your life. How does this stack up? And one of the things he told me was like, well, it stacks up with a lot of the rest of the ones he's played. But B, as a veteran and as someone who felt like maybe his competitive career might have been starting to sunset a bit, finding this organization and being able to compete at a high level because he's a high level golfer.
That's right.
But then B, be around a lot of other veterans, whether it's Marine Corps, which he was in, or otherwise. Kind of seems like it re-energized him to be a part of things. He graciously extended an invitation for the VGA to host the 2025 New York State Championship at Metropolis, which was great. 130 players at that event, which was absolutely fabulous.
Yes, sir.
And so, again, Joe, like it's a theme we will continue to hit.
That's right.
It's just how this organization and how the game has brought so many people together from so many different walks of life.
That's right. So I don't want to brag too much about you, Kevin, but you know what? You are our longest tenured regional director now.
That's right.
And in the last several weeks, with the new schedules coming out from all your states up in your region.
Yep.
The other day, I saw Pennsylvania posting their state championship location. What an unbelievable venue. The folks there in PA. Josh and I, we had a very, very great opportunity to speak with folks from the Penn State University. They want to be able to offer obviously I think they call it the blue-white course.
White and blue. Yep.
Yeah,
that's right.
For use of the VGA. So we're just trying to figure that out, and obviously be, handing that information over to you and your team in PA. That's wonderful. I can say here, several weeks ago in Georgia, our Georgia chapter played at the University of Georgia.
I saw that on Facebook.
Golf club.
That was really great.
Yeah, another great collegiate site, and they had members of the UGA Spike Squad. So this is a student organization that dresses themselves up like Mad Max characters, with the shoulder pads with the big spikes, and whatnot, and so they came out to cheer on and our VGA participants and stuff like that, and so it's great to see the type of venues that some of our members are getting a chance to enjoy. So I'm excited because when I saw the Pennsylvania State Championship location announcement, I was like, wow, that's a great place. But you guys are really doing a great job up there.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Joe. And I'll say, first, obviously, I think Part of the reason I've been around so long is because I've gotten to work with a lot of great volunteers.
Yeah.
And certainly when I come to these events, I get to meet a lot of the staff from all around the country, and it
Yeah.
seems like things are going well there. But
Hmm.
I've had an absolute great time working with so many different individuals from Virginia up to Maine to make these events happen.
Yeah.
And to your point about these venues, a lot of these state directors, these volunteer leaders, they get out, they start running events. They're a little bit unsure of themselves, but they start to build these relationships with the courses,
Hmm.
and the dominoes start to fall. Where maybe we show up to a course and they kind of treat us like the public,
Yep.
but then they see an event and they're like, "Well, wait a minute, this is special,
Yeah.
and we need to have this be more special the next time they come back."
That's
And
right.
so, I know we had visited the Pennsylvania course that you're referencing for the state championship in the past,
Yep.
and I think they came to us and said, "Hey, you got something bigger? Because we'd love to have something bigger," which is just so cool.
That's great.
Yeah. Um,
Ooh.
and so, yeah, already looking forward to next season. That's
Yeah.
a surprise. I mean, technically,
Yeah.
we started our next season, but as the golfing season winds down, it's building to um, the start of our next competitive season, which we'll probably really get going again March, May,
That's
at
right.
least in my region, March through May. So
Picking up on the action here in the fairway, and so I think when I had the chance to play this in May, this is where those carts are parked out at. I think that was like my approach shot up here,
yeah,
and again, you're kind of licking your chops. You're like, oh yeah, I got this, I got this, and yeah, I hit a shot that I thought was great. Ball wouldn't hold the green, and it came up on the back collar. So I had this putt pretty much from this camera location here. So it was yeah, I was like, man.
Where was the pin that day?
Pretty much where that pin is right
Okay,
there.
all
So,
right,
yeah.
So you had the same challenge these players are
Yep.
gonna have. Yep, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Joe, you mentioned something that kind of spurred a thought as we look forward to the golfing off season for a lot of the country. We do still have golf going on. Obviously,
right.
players
That's
and
right.
members can get down to some of our southern states. Puerto Rico will have tournaments, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But we have a new offering this year, which we're super excited about, which is our member guest.
That's right. Invitational.
And that's right. And
Oh.
from what? Oh, that could be trouble. Oh, that might be in the water.
Oh no.
It just kind of highlights how difficult this hole
Oh, yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is new for us. I was excited to be a part of this, and the concept here being that, and I've talked to Josh a bit about this, but a while back we had been engaged with members on social media, just kind of trying to listen and learn from what they were looking for, and we noticed that when we put up a question about what players really loved about the VGA, a lot of the feedback came back was about the camaraderie of the event. And obviously we've seen some of it here today with
That's right.
with the groups kind of connecting as they
Yep.
get out and play.
Yep.
But
Yep.
the member guest, which is going to be upwards of 300 plus players, that's what it's all camaraderie. Like, yeah, we're going to go out and play some golf. New formats for the VGA and some of the more quote unquote fun formats, whether it's a shamble or best ball type of style. But
That's right.
3 amazing courses lined up down in Orlando. 3 days of a ton of fun, right?
Yeah.
Where not only do VGA members get to come down, but folks outside of our organization, guests can come down and enjoy it.
That's right.
And then evening activities to include things at Medieval Times, Pop
yeah.
Stroke.
Pop Stroke.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so really excited to see how that
Yeah.
shapes up.
I was blown away, and Josh sent me a text on the afternoon after registration went live that all the slots were filled.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
Yeah. No, I think when we put out the initial call for interest, we had somewhere in the neighborhood of 900 people.
Oh, look at this bunker shot.
Yeah, that's an incredible bunker shot.
Good shot there.
Yeah. 900 folks say, like, yeah, this is something we would definitely be interested in, and to have the event sell out in under a few days is just incredible.
First day. right?
Oh yeah, it might
Yeah,
be the first day.
Yeah.
That's true. Yep.
Yeah, incredible.
That's a good shot from there, especially
Yeah.
after you hit a tough shot, you always just want to try to follow up something that
Yeah.
gets your nerves a little bit settled and gets you back into the game. This is going to be an interesting one too. That you can't even see the ball.
Yeah.
She putting it.
She
That's a
did.
good call.
Yeah.
See if it runs out a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
This is a delicate chip right here.
Settles in and uh-oh.
That tells me she might be a little bit uncomfortable with
Yeah.
it, which I do not blame her. Oh, it's got to hit something.
That's not what you want.
Yeah.
Hit the brakes. Deploy shoot. Gosh, no.
So I think this will be our last ladies group coming through. I do think we will start to see a few of our male groups starting to come through here with our championship flight kind of ending the day on this hole here in the next few holes, which will be great to see. But what we might do, Joe, is we'll take a break after this group comes through and kind of pick back up as our final groups come through today here in a bit. Yeah, slow, gotta go. Yep. Oh, it's a good putt. I believe that was Tiffany Eggers. Let me just double check. Yeah, that's Tiffany.
So it's interesting, Kevin. Yesterday, everyone had their Strackline yardage books out.
Yeah,
everyone.
Another partner of ours. We thank them for their support.
And I'm not seeing too many in use today. Yesterday, I mean, it's funny because and folks were deliberately taking extra putts on the greens yesterday, and I got the little pencils, mark them off in different areas, and I don't know, it's just sometimes they get the blinders on, they forget to go back to their cheat code, or you don't really see it, so.
Looks like Allison. That's Allison Klein. She's currently in the lead in the female family flight, +1 over Tiffany. She's going to mark as her playing partner lines up her putt. Glad to see the sun came out. Maybe warm up a little bit for him.
You just make the greens roll faster.
Yeah, that's right.
See, fast.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny you say that, Joe. So I went out this morning just to hit some putts, just to kind of see how things were rolling.
That's right. You went out to 16 when I saw you.
And I don't know much about agronomy and things. Mm-hmm. So we're rewind a couple of nights. We were here doing some setup work, and I was looking out over the greens. I'm like, why are they so bumpy? And one of the maintenance guys came over. He's like, oh, the grass will, like, little weeds will pop up at the end of the night and stuff. And so this morning I walked out to 16. You could kind of see where yesterday's play had come through, and some of the grass has grown up a little bit. So I'm hitting some putts, and they're actually feeling pretty normal from what I like where I play. I walk back to the cart. They come through with the cutters and the rollers, and I hit a putt and putted it off the green.
There you go.
So it's cool to see them bring the championship speed.
That's right.
From the grounds crew this morning. Are you a flag in putter, Joe, or flag out?
I'm taking every advantage I can get. Flag in.
Flag in? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those short ones can be so frustrating. There you go.
There.
See if Allison learned anything from that.
That little bit of wind, guys, moving that flag.
Yeah.
So
There she goes. All right.
great, Allison.
Awesome. So, yep, that'll kind of wrap coverage for the female flights as they move on to the other part of the course. Probably headed over to number 1 now, which is a par 5. I would guess that our lead championship flight males will be coming up 17 here in a minute. So we'll cut off for a break here for a couple minutes and come back and kind of watch them conclude the round. And then we'll talk a little bit about how tomorrow's going to go. So
Will do.
Thanks, everybody.
I think PTSD has a negative connotation to it. When you hear it, it just gives you a funny feeling. I think that post-traumatic growth is positive. It's a positive way to say that there's hope for these veterans that come back from difficult times and from hard experiences.
I was injured on March 8th, 2012 in Kandahar, pretty early on, 18 days into my deployment actually, and stepped on an IED. I lost both of my legs and suffered a bunch of internal injuries, a broken pelvis. The legs are the most obvious injury, but the internal injuries were the most complicated and severe. So most of my military career was actually spent at Walter Reed in the hospital recovering. But I'm very proud I served and glad I served, and I'll do it again.
Distraction is the biggest thing that golf really does. It focuses your attention away from your problems and back onto something constructive, even if that constructive thing is just going out and having fun. As soon as you start having fun again, you're really making headways into depression and PTSD symptoms.
Right now, 22 veterans commit suicide every day. It's a staggering number. It's an epidemic. With golf and veterans, I don't know, like I said, I think it saved my life.
So when I went in the Army, I did 3 tours in Iraq. So my unit, we did convoy security. 2007, we were out on a mission, and my truck was hit with an IED and caused traumatic brain injury to me.
And then what happened?
In 2021, I was diagnosed with bone cancer. So now I got a different outlook on life. Every day I wake up, it's a blessing. Just want to live my life and be happy and try to make others happy. The VGA is incredible. You know, the VGAs gave me life. So last year, I was a team captain for Army at the Armed Forces Cup. And leading my team to victory was one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life. And I've met people from every state, and I've got friends everywhere. And I love these guys. I love the VGA, what it represents.
We thrive on teamwork. And when we get out of the military, we are separated from our teams. We're together for 4 or 5 hours, golfing, laughing. Now you're my brother. It may keep a vet alive another day. That's why you have to have organizations like these. It's not about necessarily the golf. You get to be yourself finally. That's something a lot of vets haven't done in a long time.
A lot of men and women who serve around the country, they experience things that most human beings do not experience. And then they come back here and at times they feel lost. Veterans Golf Association is an organization that was created several years ago, and the purpose is that it's a community. Create this family around the great game of golf. And I think we all have an obligation to show the country what a veteran's all about. No greater way than the VGA.
I never thought I'd find a family like this again. But then I found the VGA.
I never thought I'd feel pressure like this again. But then I found the VGA.
I never thought I'd find anything like the military again. But then I found the VGA.
All right, so we're, like we said before the break, picking up the live action here with our lead A-flight group coming up to the tee box on hole 18. Looks like Chance Carrick's going to lead us off. He's currently +4 for the championship. Coulter Kotzman remains in the lead at +1, followed by Anthony Billich at +2 and Philip Fitzgerald at +3. So Chance is right in the mix.
Yeah.
Really good view here, Joe. Looking kind of down the line of what these players see.
Yeah.
And again, like there's really no room to miss.
Yeah.
Right.
And their tee box is
back.
Back. Yeah. That looks like a.
Oh, he's looking. He's like, where did it go? Oh, looks like the camera knows where it went.
Yeah.
As long as he stayed kind of left, I mean, obviously you don't want to be in the trees, but those trees aren't as bad as they look in the sense of like you can get out of them and punch out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be careful of the water punching out, but you can get out of them.
Yes.
This is Joseph Kramer, currently at +7. Looks like he's electing to do something less than driver. Kind of hard to tell there, but maybe not a bad play if he feels like he can get to a yardage that he's more comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like a fairway metal.
Yeah.
Maybe a mini driver.
Yeah. Hit for precision and, avoid trouble.
Uh-oh. Well, where that camera looked, that's trouble. If that went short and hit a tree. I will say I had a chance to talk to Joe Kramer when he came in for registration as we see Travis Bryant get ready to tee off here. Joe Kramer had a 60 this year.
Oh
Joe.
my gosh.
Shot a 60 out in California.
What?
Yeah. And I was like, is that real? Do we have an error in Golf Genius? He's like, no, that's a real round.
Oh my gosh.
I said, tell me a little bit about it. He said, well, we were playing a little bit of a shorter course, and two things were working. Driver was working. I was hitting it far. I hit my wedges to 5 feet, and I hit the putts. I said, well, dude, that's the lowest VGA round I think I've ever seen.
That is. Looks like Travis Bryant, who just hit. Pretty nice one.
Pretty nice one, yeah. As
they're
we
in the
see
fairway.
Craig step up for his tee shot, 2024 champion Craig Thomas here. I will say, Joe, one of the things I love about seeing Craig Thomas step up is he is automatic. He does the same exact thing every single time. His waggles, his looks, his swing looks the same. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
He's looking at it. Might be coming towards the camera. Yeah. Great shot.
Right there.
Right down the fairway.
Yeah.
Wouldn't expect anything less.
Exactly.
Yep.
This group, I had a chance to follow them a little bit this morning, right around the course, and obviously they're a little intense, kind of focusing, but at the same time, they're chatting, back and forth. Their caddies are chatting back and forth. Or, when I say caddies,
wife, or you can see here some of the OFCC caddies coming down to help.
Yeah.
They'll come over and talk to us too.
Yeah.
If we're out there watching, they'll come over and talk to us.
Yeah.
Ask us how things are going, which is really nice. Yeah. So Joe, as we just come back from break here, we've had some leaderboard change.
Oh, wow.
Not unsurprisingly here. So veteran A flight, which we just mentioned.
Yep.
Really good view here. I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players within 4 strokes of the lead. And even for the A flight guys, the course isn't going to probably influence this as much as the nerves, especially tomorrow. So could see some movement tomorrow. I would say even guys that are a little bit further back, if they put together a good round tomorrow, something even par-ish would get them back kind of into the mix, which is really cool to see. We move over to the B flight side of the house. That's where we've seen some change just recently with the top 3 players all kind of headed the wrong direction, but all headed the wrong direction together.
That's right.
So that remains a 3-way tie at the top with Nash Armstrong, Tim Pope, and Patrick Gold at +7 through 16 right now. Veteran C flight, same 2 at the top so far. Raymond Calabrese at a +11, Kevin Zirakos at +13. Scott Pachowski has closed the gap a little bit. He's at +15, so 4 strokes back. Another not insurmountable lead there. On the female veteran B flight side, Mary Riddle's at +12. 1 behind her is Angela Borges, so that remains a very tight match, which is really good to see. Female vet C, some movement here. Janet Bojanowski has taken the first place with +25 through 15, and Tracy Williams +28, and Beverly Land Beverly Land and Lori Forringer and Debbie Malakowski all at +28. So really 4 players chasing Janet at this point. Family A flight, Tanner and Casey Tooley are now tied. That's a good match going there, +6. And in Family B flight, looks like Jack Sheehan has extended his lead a bit. He's at +7 with David Beach, Michael Tukes, and Jordan Qualrell behind him at +11. On the net flight side, Howard Thurman and Andrew Malellis are now tied at -5, which always cool to see. Some tight competition at our veteran D flight. Wounded Vet A, Jake Owen at +2, Thomas Nitty at +5. Wounded Vet B, Chase Cooper is at -4 with Jesse Stewart on his heels at +1. Wounded Vet C, Dustin Mansur, our director out of Michigan, is at -1 with Matthew Linville and Rick Beverly chasing them at even. Just a reminder at how quickly things can change. We had Rick Beverly at first place, just an hour or so ago at -5. He has gone double bogey, par, double bogey, quadruple bogey.
Ooh.
To move himself into second place. And all I want to do there is highlight the fact that on this course, it can change so quickly.
That's
so
right.
Tuning in tomorrow, especially if you're following at home, whether it's the live leaderboard via Golf Genius on our Facebook page, or later in the day when we tune in to watch these players play at the end of the day, it's going to be exciting, Joe.
Yep.
For sure. Kind of rounding out the groups here, female vet D flight, Courtney DeGroot remains in first place at even with Stacy Russell behind her at +9. Family C flight, Joshua Lilburn is at -1 with Cameron Woodbury coming in at +4. And in the female family flight, the last ladies we saw step off before we went to break, Joe, Tiffany Eggers and Allison Klein are tied at +5. And so some really good golf going on in terms of competition here.
And it's just day one.
Just day one?
Yep.
Yeah, it's only going to get more exciting as we move into day 2. All right, we're going to come back to the live action now, and we'll watch Joseph Kramer hit his approach shot from the rough. I will be interested to hear from the players, just how the experience goes with the caddies. Some players like to have that conversation, kind of settles them down a bit and gets them into the right mind frame for any of the shots that they have to hit.
That's right.
On the other side, I've had players be like, man, it's nice to have them carry my bag. I don't really want to talk to them. I got my own process I want to follow,
Yeah. Chance right here, settling in. Holding that finish, not bad. Ooh.
Oh, did he fly that?
Wow.
Flew that over the green. And Joe, that is one thing I noticed over the last couple of days being out on the course is the rough is penal, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think it's overly penal, but it can cause flyers like that, where you hit a really solid shot and you're right on line and you just go 10 yards beyond what you thought you were going to hit.
That's right.
As we watch Craig Thomas approach his approach shot here.
Yeah. Especially, these guys, as you can see even flag, the wind's behind them.
Yeah, so that's helping move the ball as well.
Yep. These guys hit it hard enough and high enough that it's going to catch a little bit of wind, so...
Mm-hmm. Nice smooth swing from Craig there. Yeah.
Look at Craig. Gosh.
I think he won't be thrilled with that, but again, from our vantage point, especially what we've already seen, 2-putt, get your par, wrap up your day, head to the next day, especially with him only being, 4 or 5 shots out of the lead here. Travis steps into his shot. This has got to be a wedge from him. He can't be much more than 100 yards out. Yeah, it looked like a sawed-off wedge swing. Yep, and that knowing Travis, I think he's going to be a little bit disappointed with that shot.
Yeah, that looked like it
maybe
just
maybe got a little bit chunky.
Huh?
Yeah, checked and came back for him.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look at this. This is a great view of a shot that he's going over the tree, Joe.
Yeah. Look at that
Not
shot.
bad from there.
Look at that shot. Wow. Great recovery.
Over the tree. That one was probably a 120, 130 yard shot there.
Yeah. Question is it,
Do you have to drop or not?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, normally when someone's standing that close to the bank, man, you want to say, skip it. That was a great shot.
It
from
was.
there.
Yeah.
So, listen, was it Travis there walking with her?
Yeah, Travis,
score bearer
one of our
Yeah.
volunteers. He's
Yeah.
come up, Chris Thielman out of Texas.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is actually our last group. Back on the tee box here. That looks like Coulter.
Okay. So the
this
one
will be our
B.
last group. Yeah, 1B group. Yep. All right. The tee grab is probably a good sign. Let's see. Yes, that is a good shot.
Yeah.
That is a very good shot.
like
Most likely a wedge for if that was Coulter.
Yeah.
This is Anthony.
Anthony
I
Village.
recognize Anthony where he tees up. Yep.
Yep. Haven't seen Anthony play in a while, but watch him hit his tee shot
Still got
from
game.
number one. Yeah.
Yep.
He cranked that ball out.
Yep.
So that's great to see. He's here with his wife, and conducts himself great.
Oh, a handoff is never a good sign.
Yeah. Anthony. Well, actually, all of our champions here, conducted themselves so nicely. Very welcoming to the new players here in the field.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Yeah, I agree with you, Joe. That's actually a really good point. That a lot of our players who aspire to be at the level of some of our A-flight competitors, often might feel a bit intimidated by some of the competitors. But a lot of these guys will just be like, "Hey, come over and talk to me. Love to talk to you about golf. Love to talk to you about getting better at golf and what I've learned," which is really, really great to see.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a nice swing. Maybe going a bit right. Yep. Yeah. That's going to be a punch out right there. Just no window with that tree and the water in front of you. He's just going to want to get it back in the fairway.
All right. Looks like most of our competitors.
I got a
replay of Chance's shot back from behind the green.
Yeah. Same thing we saw earlier with some of the other groups, right?
Yeah.
Trying to find a very specific spot to land the ball coming down that downslope, and if you miss it by what was that, maybe a yard, 3-4 feet, you end up with another difficult chip there. As we kind of see this chip come through.
Yep. So here's Chance again. Oh, okay. That was a good shot. He should be very pleased with that. That swing. He only moved it about a foot, but that's as far as he needed to go. He let that ball hit some brakes, and as it rolls down, even with the hole. His other three competitors already on the green, but they're all having to face a uphill putt.
Decent putt there, coming back up the hill.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit longer than he would have liked, but should get him a good opportunity at par. I think at this point in the round, that's what you're really looking for, right? You want to get the par in, feel like you've made,
Yeah.
a move that can maybe give you some momentum moving in tomorrow morning.
Feel like you didn't leave one out there. So
as we watch Craig here kind of line things up. Middle of the pack for Craig right now at +6. Not the day that I think he would have wanted, but not out of it by any stretch.
exactly, few holes can change things quickly.
Yeah. Oh, that is much shorter than I think he would have liked. You can kind of see his reaction there. You could also see how that putt came up that slope that you were talking about earlier,
That's
Joe,
right.
and kind of peeled itself back down. Very difficult. Travis will be up next to see if he learned anything from that putt that Craig just hit, because he is also uphill. I think he doesn't have as much of the ridge to deal with. I think it's more straight for him. Nice putt there. A little bit past. Looks like Craig's going to go first. Try to clean up his par here. That looks to be, what, Joe? 7-8 feet, maybe?
Yeah, I would say about, yep.
Oh,
wow.
Just burns the edge there.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it lips around. Oh, be careful. Okay. All righty.
Yeah, that's
a tough
a
one.
frustrating way to end the day.
Yeah.
No, this we talked about at the beginning.
Yeah.
This course might be eating into some people's nerves here a bit.
Yeah. Oh no, Craig was just ready to
to be done.
Yeah, tap that in and walk away. But gosh, boy.
This looks like Chance, right? Chance kind of lining things up. Similar distance from Craig there. This one should kind of move its way right to left because the slope of the green from back to front.
Okay,
Right in the middle.
right
Nice
there.
putt. Great par.
Took his time.
Oh.
He's not
Okay.
passing that ball to a fan
Yeah.
who's at the bottom of the lake.
That's
Yeah.
I thought that was a par. I thought it was a par. It was pretty good. Tell you, just like I was saying earlier with Craig, we're watching Travis play as well. Travis is an aspiring pro.
Yeah.
Even if he's not having a good day, one of the things I've noticed from him, and this is for anyone out there, who wants to get better at golf, is he's got an incredible process established for everything that he does on the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
And things may not work out, just as we just saw. But he trusts his process, right?
That's right.
Even if he doesn't have a good day, he can rely on it coming in tomorrow to try to get him back into the event.
That's right. That's
it's tough watching these putts.
It
putts
is,
miss.
and it's a tough one because you just saw your competitor, burn the edge on one, and and I can't do that either. And sure enough, it strikes and happens. So these guys here, you know, play at such a skill level and whatnot. You know, they know take their time. But, you know, it's frustrating when you see that happen to them.
Yep. And that's the other thing that's relative, right? You know, for a lot of the field here, some of these putts, they'd be like, I'd take that putt any day of the week, you know?
Yep.
But
there.
for other parts of the field, stuff like this happens, and it can be extremely, extremely frustrating.
That's right.
Now, see, I do like seeing this, Joe, right, where we've seen some other competitors hit the putt, it lips out and goes by, and they just, you know, walk up and tap it back and end up missing again. This is how you kind of reset your mind, even though this is the end of the day, right? You may not be happy with things. Go through your process.
That's right.
Make sure you're comfortable, then hit the putt so you don't add to what could be a score that you're not already happy with.
And you know, and you got the 1B group on the fairway looking up at the green and watching this happen.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, their minds are wondering, what's going on?
What's going on?
Yep.
That's right.
Hat comes off and handshakes.
Yeah.
And
Listen, tough day, but love to see
exactly.
Yeah, love to see the good sportsmanship. May not have been happy with the outcomes, but you know, let's be thankful for being here, and hopefully tomorrow they can kind of pull some things back. It looks like the 1B group is kind of getting themselves ready for their approach shots, and kind of watch how this shakes out. But Joe, I will say, last night as part of the briefing that you mentioned with Doug, the director of golf here at OFCC, we had some players ask, you know, what's the most difficult hole out here, and he gave his answer right relative to how he sees the course. But one of the things that he said was, you really do have to be below the hole as much as you can be, right?
That's right. He did.
Because at championship speeds, putting from above the hole, unless you hit the pace exactly right, you don't have a lot of shot, as we've seen.
That's right.
We have clearly
That's
seen.
right. Yeah. Any putts that's rolled past these holes are going for a ride. All right. So here in the fairway. Two clubs in hand. And
trying to figure this out here.
Yeah,
and we actually kind of have seen the wind shift a little bit. Prevailing wind is typically out of the south, we were told.
That's right.
And so that can make a big difference, because right now they are moving south, right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're moving south. So it could have a pretty big impact. We actually saw it, I think, with that one shot that went over the green. And it looks like it is blowing.
Yeah.
And now from the north, right?
Yeah.
Where that flag's sitting.
You'll see the pin flag, and not just the flag, but the stick waving. Pretty
Sticks
good.
waving, yeah.
Looks like a good strike. Ooh.
I've seen a lot of these a lot of people coming up short here.
Yeah. Hitting the face of that ridge and rolling back.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Again, in your mind, you don't want to go long.
Yeah.
But
I think that really speaks to the design of the course, right? Where
that's right.
Where it's testing your ability to make the tough decision.
Yeah. So would you say these greens protect the course pretty well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
there's
look at
one.
this.
There we go. Got it back there. That'll leave an 8-footer up the hill. That's exactly the putt you want on this green. Certainly for a birdie putt, but even if you take that putt back down another 15, 20 feet, it's really a much more comfortable putt. All right. Looks like we have Coulter coming up here next. Coulter's currently in the lead. Now, his ball is very close to that hazard line, which leads me to believe this might be his third shot as opposed to his second. Uh-oh. And his hand just came off the club. Oh. He Hideki'd it.
Yeah, he's just giving it a little bit extra boost.
Yeah.
But he'll be happy. He will be happy with that.
Yeah. We'll have to see as the scores come in whether that ends up being a par putt or a birdie putt. If it's a birdie putt, that's an extremely lucky break that thing didn't trickle into the water there. Watch our final player kind of approach the green here. Decent swing, maybe a hair left. Oh, no, look at this.
Oh,
great shot.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. I think he was one that that hit it out in the
he punched out
trees.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that could be a great par save.
Yeah.
We'll talk about momentum for tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Didn't like your tee shot, but if you can get up and down for par and take that into your memory bank for tomorrow, could get you started in the right direction. Nice shot here too. You can kind of see the caddy talking to one of our volunteers who's come out to be a standard bearer.
That's right.
Just like we see at the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
Just enhancing the experience for the players, which I think they appreciate.
Yeah.
All right, so starting to see some scores roll in here for the group that we saw before this. Chance is in the lead for that group. He comes in at plus 575. Craig Thomas comes in at plus 878. Joseph Kramer plus 979. And Travis Bryant is in at plus 10 for an 80. Just so folks know, this is a par 70 course that the men are playing today. The ladies are playing the course as a par 71. And so the scores may feel a bit lower just because of that setup. But from a championship perspective, Joe, I'm not surprised that we don't see red numbers on the board.
That's right.
It's just too difficult.
Yeah, it's truly a championship course.
Yep.
I mean,
yep.
But again, you know what? You're seeing smiles. You're seeing folks enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what it's all about.
That's right. Yeah. As we watch this player step up to his putt, we actually got a really good view. I didn't even see this earlier, but you had a good view of the other hole 10 going out, right?
That's right.
And just how dangerous that hole is with water on the right, bunkers projecting the sides of the fairways, and then look at those bunkers in the distance. Just look at this putt here. Oh, great putt there.
Yeah, probably the best putt we've seen from that little quadrant down there. So.
Yeah. Got Coulter here lining up what we think is a par putt. Not 100% sure of that based on where his approach shot was.
All right. Good pace, just a hole and a half off to the right, but still. Coulter taps it in and finishes off.
Finishes up his round. Okay, we'll see here in a minute how the live leaderboard shapes up. Just as the players wrap up here, a couple of notes about tomorrow. Shotgun start tomorrow at 9:30, Joe. The lead groups will tee off a little bit later just to allow for the live stream coverage window to work out. So we'll pick that up later in the afternoon. As we see Anthony's putt just slip out there.
Gosh.
We will be following the lead groups with the championship male flight and the championship ladies flight being the two coverage groups. And so we'll reorder everything after play concludes. People can take a look at the Facebook page to kind of get the final leaderboard to see how things shape up tomorrow. And obviously we encourage folks to follow their family members via the live scoring on Golf Genius on our Facebook page as we get ready for championship day 2 tomorrow.
Yeah. I really liked seeing what Anthony Billich just did there for his last putt. You know, he took his time, realigned, you know, and finished it off.
Yeah, for like you said, Joe, for a lot of players, well, potentially 80% of the players here, this level of championship experience probably needs to be viewed as more of a learning experience. Obviously, they want to win, but there's just so much that goes into winning a championship: mindset, preparation, luck. You know, that for a first-time member, especially in our 10th anniversary coming into that, it can be a lot, right?
That's right.
And so a lot of players, I think, you know, will appreciate the opportunity to be in as high a pressure environment as they might have ever been, and hopefully learn from that as they move on to our next season. That's going to be a good putt there. Oh. Yep, and that, you know, that body language, I think, kind of shows how things have gone for folks today as he taps in there to kind of wrap up the round. Still a smile on the face, though.
That's
which is good to see.
right. Handshakes.
Yeah.
Amongst the whole group. It's good to see.
Yeah.
It's great to see some of the folks here shaking hands with their local caddies and
robust caddy program too. Here, obviously, it makes sense for such a membership with such a large membership, but really cool to see the OFCC caddies out today helping out our players enjoy this championship. Yeah, so as we conclude here, here's a good look at the top 4 spots for our men's veteran A-Flight division. Coulter Kosman currently leads at +1. There may be some change here, Joe, just as scores come in and there's some finalization. A lot of players, you know, use the Golf Genius app to make sure live scoring works, but we do have them verify and sign paper scorecards.
That's correct.
Those will be done after the round, so there might be some changes just to make sure everything lines up. But pretty good representation here with these flights. B flight, you can kind of see we still have a tie at the top, which is good to see.
Yeah.
And a number of players right there. Same with C flight. 2 players remain tied at the top with a couple players with Scott Pachowski and Eric Royan right, you know, on their tails, 3 back. Even Jake Miller, 7 back. Could have a great day tomorrow and be right in this.
Yeah. Never out of it.
Yeah, and I think, you know, we've said this in the past, Joe, we have seen much larger swings than what this is represented.
Yeah, that's right.
At different events. And so, really great to see all of our players out there enjoying the course today. And so, Joe, as always, pleasure chatting with you
Kevin.
today.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And
that's right. Wrapping up and
crowning our champion.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow.